What's up, my hunting brothers and sisters? This week, hang with me as we unbox a new DSD Jake Strutter Decoy. This one's been all over the country thanks to the US Postal Service, but it got here just in time for me to go hunting in Oklahoma and Texas. So sit back and enjoy. It's here, finally, the new DSD Jake Strutter. But first, here's a story of how it got here, because it was quite the journey. So this all starts with a phone call. I live here, to Oregon, to DSD, somewhere out here. I call Greg, get on the phone, through wonderful electronics. Greg says, sure, man, we'll get you a decoy, send your money. I said, okay. So the guys out here at DSD in Oregon make me an awesome Jake Strutter Decoy with a white face. About 3 days later, I get a tracking notice that they're shipping it from Oregon to me in Northeast Indiana. About a week later, and there's still no package, and I notice that the package has made it all the way to Chicago, Illinois, right there, about 3 hours west of me, no problem. From there, however, the package decided to go to Greensboro, North Carolina, somewhere, we'll call it there. It's in North Carolina. I don't exactly know where Greensboro's at. It sat in Greensboro for 4 days. 4 days, enjoying spring break. This is a wonderful US Postal Service. Then, it magically appears up in Detroit, Michigan, somewhere up in here, where it sat for 2 days. Then today, 2 weeks later, it made the magical trip to my home, the wonderful US Postal Service, and we wonder what happens when government runs business. Fail. Been waiting for this for a little while. So I called DSD and I said, I want the new Jake Strutter, but I definitely want it in white face because that's what Matt Winters came up with the idea a few years ago, and he and I prototyped on the full face Strutter, and then the Jake, and then the motion mating Jake, and so I wanted white face in this. So, let's see how it turned out. The bag, stake, paperwork. Warning, do not use decoy to push the stake in the ground. I thought that was going to be a DSD sticker, but yeah, it's still cool, right? And packing label. Bags are heavier duty now. Definitely is a heavier duty bag than some of the past ones. Pretty sweet. And there the guy is. White face Strutter Jake. So let's compare him to the Big Brother Strutter. There he is compared to the Big Brother Strutter. As you can see, side by side, he is smaller. Definitely is lighter weight. Colorations are amazing. This is one of the older ones, so it's not quite as iridescent as some of the newer ones, but still is awesome. It's killed a lot of birds. The cool part about this guy is the wings are molded into him. So I'm sure this guy and I are going to have some good times in Oklahoma. So let's see how he looks with a real tail on him. So DSD gives you these washers and a nut. And it's actually pretty slick. In the dark, I've really never had problems. On the surface, you'd think that you might, but I've never had any problems in the dark putting this stuff together. It goes pretty easily. And this is a full Tom fan rather than a Jake, even though it's a Jake decoy. And I will run the full Tom fan because I don't really care to run Jake fans on my decoys. I like the full fan, but there you go. He's even got himself a little fake Jake beard there. The full fan. It's pretty sharp. I have to take him out in the yard and see him in the sunlight. Alright, so you can see the new DSD Jake out in the sun compared to the DSD Strutter, the original Strutter. Both in white face. You can see there's a lot of iridescence in the newer paint jobs. This is one of the original Strutters that we painted up in white face. Since then they've done a lot more in the iridescence. This definitely has the built-in wings, where in comparison, this guy, he's got real wings. I modified the base on this one so that he pivots on tubing, similar to how the goose decoys at DSD operate. So I'll probably just leave this one on the stake for now the way it is, but this is an awesome decoy. It's the flexible material, the Ace. It's a little stiffer. They've gone through some different iterations. It's probably a little stiffer than definitely than the original. I've got some that are even thinner. But this material here, as I understand it, is how they're doing their goose decoys now, which I've got a trailer full of their new goose decoys, and I love them. They hold up amazing. So I'm really looking forward to getting this guy out in here later this week in Oklahoma and Texas. So check out all the DSD products at davesmithdecoys.com. Go to their Facebook page. They're great guys. Brad, Dave, Greg, the whole crew. They're an amazing group of guys. Everything's made here in the USA. It doesn't get much better than that, and doesn't get any more real than this until you go to a taxidermy stuffer, and that's just not even practical most times. So this is definitely the real deal. So get either one of them. They're going to work, but this year I'm going to try and run the Jake Strutter some. So hopefully by the time you see this video, I will have killed some birds over this new decoy. I'm heading to Oklahoma tomorrow and then Texas. So I'm going to post this video on Wednesday of the unboxing, and then we'll see when I get back how well we did with them. So as always, check out the next video right down here. Click up here to hit subscribe. God bless, and it's a new day in the outdoors.